What if I told you there was a move so game-breaking in 2K24 that it could literally double the speed of your My player? This is how to do the speed glitch in 2K24. Let's get right into it. Here are the animations that I am using. What's going to be important about these animations is the Jason Tatum hop jumper. Also, we're going to touch on the difference between the Jamal Murray behind the back versus the Trae Young behind the back in situations. Alright, the first thing I want to do in the art of shooting is just show you guys how to do it. You want to hold R2 or the sprint button. You want to hold the right stick down and to the left when the ball is in your left hand. Boom, that's what it looks like. One more time, it just looks like that. Boom. You now have double the speed for your player, especially on momentum. Look at this. Look how fast this guy's moving right now. Oh my gosh. There's also certain pockets on the floor you can hit to make your player move even faster. Now, I want to explain a couple practical situations of how you can use this. Now, one, let me just show you the difference between a couple moves. If you're a dribble guy, right, and you were to, let's say, do this move right here. Boom, look at that. Nutmeg into the Luka step back for three, right? Wow, great move, gets you space. Not a lot of people do it. Okay, now imagine you're doing that move with the speed glitch. All right, so now we're speed glitched out. Now we're gonna go do it. Look at that. Oh my gosh. That isn't even remotely guardable. That's also way faster too on a bigger court. This little small court doesn't do it justice. If you're on a rec size or a pro-am size court or an NBA size court, it goes way crazier. Now, that being said, a couple practical ways to do this. One, if you're doing dribble god moves like that, all the momentum moves like the Luka step back, and you don't have to do the rest of it, but imagine you're just running backwards and you Luka step back to the right. You're getting this insane, and like, let's say to the left, right, it's not quite as fast for whatever reason, but if you're running backwards and you're gonna just Luka step back backwards, look at that. You see that? You see how much speed and space that gets you? Look at that. That is a glitch. That is a literal glitch right there. You're moving backwards, boom. That is an insane amount of speed in place for that. So all the dribble god moves, you get all this momentum, you're unguardable. Now let me talk to the meta dribblers, right? And the L2 cancelers. You can enhance every single L2 cancel you do just by adding double the speed into it. Because imagine, you're already really fast with the L2 cancel, and then you add this momentum you create with a move like this, just something like this, right? And you know you can L2 cancel it. You love that Jamal Murray behind the back, and you go, boom.
I'm hitting him with lateral movement. He can't do anything.
Right? You are creating more negative space because you create space with the move, right? But just on the fact that you're creating more space, you're also creating more negative space. Meaning when you go to L2 cancel, your guy's literally warping across the court, it looks like. And again, on a bigger court, more space. So you're literally warping across the three-point line while you do it. This move is literally unguardable. It's also spammable, right? So forget L2 canceling. Take L2 cancel out of it. You can literally just boom, 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 boom until the guy is gone. You can also L2 cancel spam. So imagine boom, boom, boom. Now that's with the Jamal Murray behind the back move. That's like the normal way to use it. Now I want to throw on the Trae Young and show you some different ways you can use it with that. Okay, so one key difference between the Jamal Murray and the Trae Young. The Trae Young is really more for ISO dribblers just in general, and also slashers. And the Jamal Murray is really more so to play like behind screens. You can still ISO with it. Like, it's still clearly a thing you can ISO with. A lot of people ISO with Jamal Murray, but imagine you have a screen and you were to do the Jamal Murray as he's about to hit the screen, you Jamal Murray back the other way, boom, that's an open shot. So if you play PNR a lot, that's a great way to do it. Now if you're doing the Trae Young also goes faster on the nutmegs. Fastest nutmeg you can do is with the Trae Young. I'm actually not that great at it, so I'm not going to show you an example of that. But if you're a dribble god, you want to use that Trae Young. You can also do stuff like this, boom, boom, and you're at the basket. And that is now going to go twice as fast on moves like that. Now, as someone who is really skilled with layups, if you have the Devin Booker layup on, now boom, boom, that's unguardable, and now you float it, right? You're putting entire games together where they gotta guard you different, right? So okay, here's a key distinction too, by the way. Over just a combination of moves I would do. Let's say you're attacking the paint, you've done that move a couple times now. Now you don't have the Jamal Murray behind the back anymore because you have the Trae Young behind the back. So now you can't do this wide behind the back move, that's all you're getting. put on, instead of Kemba Walker escape move, put on the Trae Young escape move, right? And it's kind of going to be pretty crazy too, because you can escape like that. That is still a pretty wide escape move, even without the Jamal Murray. You're still creating that extra space just off of that. Also, think about this too. We're talking about speed, right? I just told you how to double your speed. Here's the little ways you can increase your speed. People already know this, but it's good to get reminded sometimes. If you have killer combos on, and you do a couple of these moves where you're just holding the sprint button and you're just flicking the right stick, if you do 3 of those, your player automatically moves faster on all his speed boosts naturally. So now you have that going for you, and you have double the speed. Well, also, if you have hyperdrive on, hyperdrive also makes your player move faster. So okay, you put hyperdrive on, you do your 3 R2 moves, your escape moves for killer combos, then you do the speed glitch. Now you have extra speed, you're twice as fast on your extra speed, you're literally unguardable. Everything you do is going to be unguardable for the rest of the game. There's no way any one person can keep up with you. So when you're dealing with these fat body locks that are reaching, they're going to get thrown out of the play. Now we are equaling the playing field, right? If you have these dudes that are really, really strong, can hold you, can grab you, can push you around, and can reach like crazy, now you have point guards that can use the size of a 95 strength lock against them. Now, I will say, a great counter to this is a fast lock. If a fast lock can jump in the way and just blitz the PG and take it out of his hands, that's a great counter to that. I mean, in any situation, really, just blitzing it, because the player is going to be going so fast, it's going to be so hard to control, that blitzes are going to be more effective against them. There is counterbalances. There is counters to all this stuff. If you're just on an island 1v1, you might have a rough day at the office. But if you're in more of like a 5v5 environment, or an environment where you have multiple people guarding multiple players on defense, and you kind of rotate around, that's a counterbalance to this, by the way, which is why I don't feel bad teaching this. Now, I want to convince the realistic people, right? Because listen to me for a second. I'm still the guy from TikTok who gets like 1 million+ views on all his realistic layup videos, right? All of that, that's still me. I'm still me. I'm still the guy that blew up off of realism, right? I'm trying to tell y'all realistic cats, what is more realistic than if they're playing you too low, you go high. If they're playing you too high, you go low. If they're playing you too far to the left, you go right. And if they're playing you too far to the right, you go left. That's the key to realism right there. If they're playing you too hard to one side, you go to the other side. There's nothing realistic about getting hand checked 94 feet, and then when you go to shoot, instead of a shooting foul, it like throws you out of bounds on some weird stuff. That's not realistic, right? So this, if anything, if you put L2 canceling together with all this stuff, it just makes it feel a little better, honestly. And if you're not playing against comp, don't use it, if that makes you feel better. But if you're playing against someone sweaty, put a sweaty move in your back pocket just in case you run into someone like that, right? Now you got a little extra sauce in your bag, just waiting there. Thanks to TCat, you know what I mean? Now you got that move. Come on. All right, we touched on how the dribble gods can make use out of this. We touched on how the meta dribblers, the L2 counselors, can get something out of this. And we touched on even the realistic hoopers can get something out of this dribble glitch. With that being said, I just want to point out the fact that the reason I'm telling the community about this is because I just don't believe in gatekeeping. That means if I know something, you know something, and I'm going to tell you guys about it. Even if I got people trying to tell me I'm wrong about it, if I believe in it, I'm going to bring it to you guys every single time. With that being said, if you want a build that you can use some of these dribble moves with, my Jamal Crawford build is down below, and there's 2 versions of it in the video, as well as here are some layup tutorials down below as well. And please, if you like tutorials, if you like learning how to be better at the game, or you just want some dope content, this 2K content, man, we gotta revive the community, man. This community's dying. Subscribe to the channel over there on the top left, and as always, thank y'all for watching. Have a wonderful rest of your day. I'm out of here.
Hit me. Keep running.
No, you didn't.